Rubber duckies are home. So Elmo. Not Elmo.
They're so loving. They have this little personality where they get those little hyper little kicks in them, and they're just so gentle when they're babies as well. And I just completely fell in love.
That's pretty smart. Good boy.
I've blown off a lot of plans to go pick up a baby squirrel. But I mean, all my friends, my family, they already know, like, my passion. They kind of just accept. So my name is Katie, for short, Catherine Katie. I'm 22 years old. I've always had a passion for animals and wildlife. And right now I work at a vet clinic here in Vaudreuil.
You don't have a fridge, basically is what you're saying.
When I first got that first squirrel, his name was Otis. And when I had him in my arms and I saw his little face, I just fell in love with squirrels so bad.
I fell in love with Otis. Otis was the love of my life. I loved the squirrel. He was so sweet, so cuddly. For me, it was important that they grew up with animals to learn the compassion and caring and how sentient they are. And I think it's just exploded something in Katie, because she took that passion that was generational and it just expanded on it.
If I put him on the ground, he usually comes and jumps back up if I'm cuddling him.
Otis was released alone. It wasn't even put in a cage. He was just put outside every day. And one day he would go a bit farther, and the next day he'd go a bit farther and come sleep inside the house.
He'll fix it for you.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he will.
And one day he was outside and I wanted to grab him like I always do. And he bit my finger pretty hard. You know, I was very sad, betrayed, but I kind of understood. I saw, like, okay, like, he's a squirrel, like, that's what squirrels do. I can't be mad at him for doing that to me, and I should accept that fact. He would still come to ask for food, but obviously, every time I let a squirrel out now, like, I don't go up to them. I give them their food and they leave. The squirrels I have that are pets, they're non-releasable squirrels, but they have neurological issues that play in the fact that they don't have that kind of aggressivity. So it's kind of like giving them their second chance at life, but they stay here with me. It's a really nice location too, and especially it's where we found him, and that's ideal.
Let them out to play and they run up. The dogs sort of chased it and it ran up the tree and it got to, I would say, that branch right about there. And I just said, oh my God, I gotta get it. And I had a little container, which I'm holding now. And it just went to the edge and right at the tip, and I just, boom, fell into my cup, and I went, wow, it's a baby squirrel that's missing a leg.
He was a little tiny little shrimp when I got him. His eyes had barely opened. You feed him around the clock, make sure he has the adequate cage and food later on, like with solids, and then you release.
You're getting released today, bud. Well, not released, but you're going outside. Come on.
so Katie's having a little bite, and we're going to be heading off in about 5 minutes.
Once they're released, they stay in a cage outside for 2 weeks before we open the door, just to get them used to their environment and all that, the noises, the cold during the night, all that stuff.
This year, but we had
It's a bittersweet moment because you don't want to release them because you've spent so much time taking care of them, but it's also like a really nice moment to see him finally like running around in the cage, that, you know, in the nature and talking to the other squirrels.
Oh, he can do well out here, that's for sure.
Yeah, so all the squirrels, I can tell, like, even once they're released, I can tell who they are just based on their coloring, but based on their attitude as well. So, you know, I have the ones that are more trusting, the ones that are more fearful, and then the playful ones, the greedy ones, the ones that only want to eat all the time. And they kind of develop those little attitudes and personalities that make you love them even more.
Every single day that I see them, I'm relieved that they got to live another day in the wild.
I found the Cedric like researching online, and all of a sudden, like, I was just reading all through their documents, and I gained a lot of knowledge.
Qu'est-ce qui est Cedric Gallant? C'est un organisme à but non lucratif maintenant. On s'occupe de bébés écureuils orphelins et des écureuils blessés. Tout le monde sait que j'adore Catherine. C'est tellement une fille. Oh. C'est pas seulement qu'elle adore les animaux là, mais elle les aime bien. Elle les aime bien pour penser premièrement à leur bien-être, plus qu'à son bien-être à elle.
They were looking for someone to be involved in the messaging system. So the messaging system was basically when citizens, they contact a Cedric page, like, hey, I found a squirrel that's injured, or found a baby squirrel, what do I do?
On connaît des statistiques de Facebook, par exemple, que l'année passée, on a reçu plus de 5000 demandes d'aide. Vous allez parler avec n'importe qui a réhabilité les bébés écureuils. Ils vont vous dire que c'est une expérience qui nous ouvre l'esprit, on tombe en amour.
I believe that, you know, during his full days being in there, he's discovered the bottom, had a hole or something, and got out. I guess under there, you see the shredding here? So it's finding a way underneath and making an escape route.
When he told me he had gotten out, I was like, that hole, I knew it was there, but like I thought it was like well blocked. But he's such a little weasel, that little guy.
So here we are. Today is Monday. And guess who came back? Hi there. I'm gonna give him some food. There we go.
I'm really, really grateful Howard sends us videos regularly to show us that, no, he's okay, he's fine, he's holding his own. So I'm kind of relieved, and I'm relieved that he's not in the city. I'm relieved that somebody's there keeping an eye on him.
We have a lot of wildlife trying to survive, so you know, we're interfering. Humans are interfering all the time, so in a good sense this time.
I do love them, but they are important for the cycle. So their goal in life is to live, reproduce, and be able to feed other animals. The best part of being a rehabber is being able to have that satisfaction of saying, I'm the one that saved that animal's life. You know?
Yeah. No, she's following her dream. I admire her. I'm proud of her. Yeah. I enable her, so part of the addiction is the enabler.
I'm excited for what the future will bring. That's all I have to add. Like, I'm excited that one day I'm gonna have my own rescue center and I'm gonna have this, but times 20. I'm gonna have a huge property with just plenty of animals that I can take care of, and I'll have people working for me that can help me take care of them, because I can't do it all alone, but I know there's a lot of good people out there that would help me do it to make my dream come true.